What should we expect from A-Day, and how is spring gone so far? Let's ask one of the team leaders about all of that on today's Locked On Auburn.
Freezing temperatures are likely for several hours inland and a few hours closer to the coast.
Yes.
You are Locked On Auburn, your daily podcast on the Auburn Tigers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, welcome on into Locked On Auburn, your daily Auburn Tigers podcast. I'm your host, Zac Blackerby, and thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. Joining me, Jayson Jones, Auburn defensive lineman. We're just, as this comes out, it's the day before A-Day, Jayson. I'm sure you're excited to get out in front of some Auburn fans in Jordan-Hare Stadium and hit the same guys you've been hitting for the last several weeks.
It's exciting. Obviously, A-Day is a big day. Again, like you said, we get to hit. I mean, I love playing football personally, and I bet a lot of these other players do too. So getting to play in front of some fans was going to be amazing. Yep.
Curious to see what the weather looks like. Has that been part of the discussion? It looks like rain's going to be a big part of it.
Yeah, but whatever happens. We'll find a way. We'll find a way for sure.
So Hugh Freeze is bringing in a lot of new things during his tenure at Auburn, and I guess the latest new thing that he's doing is kind of changing up the structure of A-Day a little bit. And Jayson, I like it. For folks who are unaware, the defense is going to start up 24 points, 24-0, and we'll see if the offense, they've got 60 minutes, running clock, no quarters or anything like that, just an hour of you guys doing reps over and over and over again, I guess. Mm-hmm. What were your thoughts when I guess, did he tell the team that? How was that information given to y'all?
Yeah, he told us, but I honestly like the way that it's formatted, 60-minute running clock. There's gonna be live refs, and just go like he's just letting us play and he's just letting us have fun, and I really like that from Freeze. And so the defense is up 24 points, and the offense just pretty much just has to score. If they don't score, if they don't get enough points, then the defense wins, and vice versa.
Yeah, we speculated earlier this week like what the number would be. We kind of like 27, 23, 24. So we were all over it, 24 points. How do you feel about that? You think the defense will win on Saturday?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think so too.
As a collective whole, the defense has done an amazing job at practice. We've really came together as a unit to we really came together as a unit.
Yeah.
Came discipline, all that stuff. So I mean, I'm excited to see how we're going to play all together Saturday.
And if the weather is a factor, I mean, that's gonna benefit you guys as well.
Oh yeah, a lot.
What have you seen? What have you seen from this offense? I mean, you go up against it every day, and there's got a lot of good versus good in practice. It sounds like so. You as a starter on this team, you're going up against the opposing ones. What have you seen from this Hugh Freeze, Philip Montgomery offense?
Yeah, well, I can tell you firsthand is that Freeze shows you a lot of different looks, and you pretty much have to guess on what's going to come because you think one thing and then the other thing's going to happen. Then you see the same thing again. Oh, yeah, this is going to happen. Then something else happens. So I think this offense keeps you guessing and keeps you on your toes, and you really got to lock in and key in. Again, the offensive line has been a big part of that as well. Avery Dillon, Gunner, Connor Liu, and Stutz. They've all been great all season. I mean, all
spring.
All spring, and they've been a big part of the offense. And again, I'm really excited. to showcase.
Yeah, no, to see everything that's going on. I'm with you. As far as like preparation for the season, right? I mean, you build your football team in the spring, and then you get ready for games in the fall. When you're going up against a Hugh Freeze, Philip Montgomery style offense, and it sounds like Hugh Freeze talks about it's going to be a merge of the two, which those are two very good offensive philosophies to merge together. I think that should be pretty successful. As a defensive guy going up against it, I would think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would think it would benefit you guys once you get into fall and you start preparing for the season a little bit and you see these more complex offenses throughout conference play? I would assume it would help you guys with all of that.
Yeah. Again, every team has their own way of running their offense, and with Freeze, you get a little bit of everything. So not only does it help the offense, but also helps the defense. I'd say, I guess, get used to seeing those types of looks. So it makes it easier for us in the fall to execute what we have to do.
Sure. How different is what you guys are doing? We talked about this a few weeks ago when we were like a week or two in the spring. But, I mean, it seems like the defensive line is lining up in different types of fronts than it did in the past. I know you can't get super specific with that, but what has your experience been with that over the last few months?
As far as what? Like,
as far as, I mean, it seems like you guys have to be aware of more of what's going on.
Yeah, so Coach Ron has given us a lot of different. Obviously, the expectation's high. The D-line's the anchor of the defense, and like I've always said in the past to other people, the players and stuff like that, the more you know, the more valuable you can be. So moving a few guys here to tackle, moving this guy to end, moving this guy to nose can be very beneficial. Saying down the stretch, God forbids that somebody gets injured, we can start moving around bodies and stuff like that. So it makes the defense run a whole lot smoother once everybody knows a lot of different positions.
How fun has it been for you playing the 3-tech, not just being the nose, but also kind of being that other interior defensive lineman? Has that been fun for you, moving around a little bit more?
Yeah, it's been a whole lot of fun. And like I said, like, as long as I'm playing defensive line, I'm fine. I can shoot. I can be playing Jack for all I care. You know what I mean?
I'd love to see you at Jack. I would love to see you covering the flats, Jayson. Get you a little pick six
like I
action.
said, some people forget that last spring ball I actually dropped in the strong hook. So a lot of people forget about that. If you go back and you have that, if you still have it, then you can go back and watch that.
So you're saying, hey, putting you in coverage, it may work. I mean, Roberts in the past, he does a lot of creeper stuff, so I'm sure it's in the playbook.
Hey, only time will tell.
That's right. That's cool. As far as what we've seen from that Jack position, I mean, it's like there's a nice mix of Elijah McAllister, who spoke to the media earlier this week, seems like a very, very impressive young man. And then on the other side of that, you've got Keldric Faulk, who is just this very, very gifted human being who just hasn't really played at the college level yet. What's that dynamic look like?
With them two, I mean, you have McAllister, who's extremely experienced, who's been in the SEC for a long time. Yeah. Who knows what he's doing. And then on the other side, you have an unexperienced freshman or early enrollee. But both of them, like, they're extremely strong, and they bring a lot of value to this defense and defensive line, especially with Keldric. Obviously, like, him being so young, got to tweak this, fix a little bit of that, but he's not too far off, in my opinion. And he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, like I told you in other interviews, and I'm excited to see him.
I'm excited to see it too. All right, Jayson, I'm going to ask you who all has really stood out from your perspective throughout spring so far, going into A-Day in just a moment right here on Locked On Auburn. Be sure to check out our friends at FanDuel. New customers at FanDuel get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000 as bonus bets back if your first bet doesn't win. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. It's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Don't miss out on the chance to get your no-sweat first bet up to $1,000 in bonus bets. FanDuel.com/lockedon. That is FanDuel.com/lockedon. Learn more. Make every moment more with FanDuel. Jayson, from your perspective, let's start with the defensive line, and we'll go kind of hop around from there. Give me a name or two at each position if you can, if you feel comfortable with the defensive line. Other than yourself, I've heard that you've absolutely killed it this spring. So other than yourself, who on the defensive line has impressed you over the last
First of all, I appreciate that. But as far as defensive line, like I said, the room is set to an expectation. And one person that's been showing up and showing out the most at a high level every single day has been Marcus Harris. You see him striking, getting off blocks, running to the ball, and we preach running to the ball a lot because that shows that you care in the effort. So Marcus Harris has been doing he's been doing bits. As far as linebackers, one name that people sometimes forget, I'm extremely I'm ready to see Eugene Asante, honestly.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, again, this spring ball, he's been doing really good and like extremely well, hitting gaps, doing what he's supposed to do. And a lot of us have been seeing it, and we've been complimenting him, pushing him to obviously be even better each and every day. So he's been really, really good. As far as corners, or I would say secondary, just to keep it in the same category. Obviously, Kayin Lee, everyone's excited to see him. I'm excited to see him as well. Extremely strong for him to be a corner. Extremely strong, heavy, can move in space. Coverage really, really good just to come out of high school.
His feet are so good.
His feet's really good. His feet's really good. It looks like he's been in college for a minute.
Doesn't look like an 18-year-old
at all. Yeah, at all. So I'm excited to see Kayin live in action as well. Am I missing anybody? Am I missing a position?
No, I mean, and I know you kind of put all the DBs together, but what about the nickel position? What have you seen from that?
Could be wrong. Nickel.
Okay. I know all that happened so far behind you.
Who's that nickel? I mean, I'm just yeah.
I mean, we've heard good things about Keontae. Heard things about Donovan.
Yeah.
Heard things about Marquise Gilbert.
Yeah. So we call nickel differently. So that's why I was like, oh, who's that nickel? But Keontae's doing really
star
good
now, right?
Yes. Yeah, we call it star. So Keontae's done really good. He's improving every single day. And he's always looking for ways to improve. And he never talks back. He listens to feedback. He says yes, sir, puts his head down and keeps working. So yeah.
And then I guess DJ James, like we haven't really heard a whole lot about DJ other than just like he's doing DJ James things.
Yeah,
right?
DJ is just DJ. Hey, won't call him top for no reason. You know what I mean? So
what do you call him?
Oh, we call him top. Or okay. I do at least. I do. I like that. It's a thing a while. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I get it. No, I get it. I'm sure y'all have a lot of that stuff. And you guys go back even when y'all were at Oregon together.
At Oregon. Oh, he was doing the same thing at Oregon.
Yeah.
He was doing the same thing at Oregon. Yeah. DJ just doing DJ things. I mean, same old DJ. He's doing well. He's doing extremely well.
All right. Let's move into some listener questions because it kind of works to the other side of the football. Somebody asked, I'm trying to get the name. They asked who the best offensive lineman, the toughest offensive lineman that you've gone up against this spring. And then I want to zoom it out even to like last year, if you can remember.
That I went against opposing?
Yeah.
Opposing offensive lineman?
Jimothy asked that.
Okay. So
let's start with spring. I mean, has somebody been the toughest that you've gone against in spring?
I'll say Avery Jones. Avery Jones, here's the thing about him. You may beat him once, but then if you're trying to do that same thing, you can't do it. He adjusts very well to what you do. He's a quick learner. So when he goes through drills, Jason, because we don't get to see y'all do team stuff, but I get to we get to watch y'all do drills from time to time. And his feet, like his base, is so wide. Like he's never gonna like step inside of his shoulders ever. Yeah, and his technique's insane. Like it's second to none. It's amazing. His technique just that's what experience looks like. It's just that's what his experience looks like. His feet, his base, his hands, his aggression off the line of scrimmage is great. Yeah. Yep. Is there a guy from last season that you recall that's like, man, that guy was tough to go against? It's fine if you don't. I hate to bring up the team, but what's his name? Alabama. Who's his one of the tackles? I'm sure they're very good. Yeah. I know he's from Wisconsin, but yeah. Okay, got it. He's good. He's good. He did very well. There's a lot of talk, Jason, about Auburn's tight ends, and I'm sure you don't match up with the opposing tight ends very often. But yeah, I'm usually inside. Yeah, but I mean, Hugh Freeze has talked a lot about the tight ends. I mean, are guys making plays there? He talks about how they're leaders. I mean, I asked him a few weeks ago, I'm like, who are the leaders on the team? And he said, you. He said, Tate Johnson. He said somebody else. And then he was like, and the whole tight end room. What do you want to know, Mike? As far as
what's standing out about the tight ends to you? It's Fairweather.
Well, one thing about the tight ends, like they're physical. Like they're not afraid to block anybody, and that's every single last one of them. You see them trying to crack people every single day. So, especially Luke. Luke's been really good.
Okay.
Again, all the linebackers. Again, like very physical, very big. If you look on paper, like 6'4", 6'5", and then you have like 6'3" and stuff like that. But yeah, they've done an amazing job this spring. I think they're up there with stepping it up.
Give me something on Rivaldo Fairweather. People cannot get enough of him.
About Rado?
Yeah.
No, yeah, Rivaldo has hands. Rivaldo has hands. He ain't dropping the ball. It don't matter what. He can get hit by a truck. He ain't dropping the ball. That's one thing about him.
That's nice. That is certainly nice. All right, Jason, let's jump into some listener questions in just a moment, right here on Locked On Auburn. I want to encourage you to join the Locked On Auburn Discord. It is free. All you have to do is click the link in the episode description down below. All right, C. Smithy asks you, Jason, what aspect of your game do you think has improved the most this spring?
One aspect I feel like always be, for me being as tall as I am, I have done a better job of pad level. And again, for the rest of I'm 6'6". For the rest of my life, that's going to be the main emphasis is my pad level.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've done a better job at pass rushing as well. I know that's lacked in my game, especially last year. I didn't get a sack, which really hurt me. So that's one of the things that I've been trying to improve in the offseason and in the spring.
Well, they also took you off the field on third down a lot.
Well, that's because I couldn't pass rush. So,
that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Yeah, cool. And then Jay Daly asks, how much can you bench?
We haven't really maxed. Last time I maxed, I think it was, I'm not a heavy bencher at all. I have long arms, I'm like, I think I'm in the 400s now. I think. Yeah,
that's not a lot. That's not a lot. You really need to get that higher.
Hey, that's a win for me. It's a win for me.
Yeah, 400's nothing, Jason. 400's nothing. Okay. I'm joking for people that don't know sarcasm. Andrew asked, how do you balance your training time to maximize both power and technique? And is it mostly player-led and motivated, or does the staff do a lot with that?
In times of when the coach is on the
I think that's a great question.
Yeah, great question. Great question. But as far as like when the coaches are on the road, mainly this stuff, especially in the summer, is going to be player-led. Now when the coaches are back, then it's going to be coach-led. And then the question was, how do I balance training with what now?
Just training as far as both balancing power and technique was his question.
Mm-hmm. Power and technique all fall in one thing. You can have all the power, but if you don't have no technique, then what is it?
Right.
You can have all the technique and have no power, then what is it? I think you got to find that balance, and you always got to put yourself in the best position to work both things at the same time. So when you go out there and you execute it, then you can do it.
Nam asks, do beans belong in chili?
I don't eat chili, but no.
You don't eat chili?
I don't eat chili.
What does that mean?
It just doesn't taste right. It just doesn't taste right.
Chili doesn't taste right?
It doesn't taste right.
So when it's a cold evening and you just need something cozy, what are you going with?
A burger.
All right.
Some fries.
All right. Okay. That's certainly not a wrong answer. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Jay will ask, what do you think about the 8A setup? You said you liked it, right?
Yeah, love it.
Yeah,
amazing setup.
Let's see. Drums or flats? I guess when it comes to wings.
Wings, flats.
Okay. Those are all the ones I can actually ask you.
You technically can do stuff with drums, but flats.
I like flats more too. I always feel like I never eat enough of the drum. Like I always feel like I leave meat on there. And I'm like,
I clean my bones. No matter drum or flat, I clean them. But I prefer flats. Flats are easier to deal with.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm totally with you. All right. So as far as like goals after, I don't know when I'm going to talk to you again on the show. So goals after A-Day this summer are what for you?
Obviously, the main answer, is to be the best version of me. But I just want to continue to improve. Like, you can have a great spring and then just stop, and
yeah,
I don't want to be known for that. I want to keep on improving. You can't be comfortable with what you just did, because what people really see is in the fall. You know what I mean? People only really see what's in the fall or happens on Saturdays. So I want to continue my my development all the way up until those games.
If you don't want to answer this question, just say you don't want to answer it. But starting on the 15th, the following 15 days, like, a lot of your teammates are going to have to enter the portal. Like, you as a leader in this locker room, what are you kind of expecting from that?
About the transfer, I'm a transfer myself. So right. I'll say, like, everyone has different reasonings for entering the portal. Some forced, some unforced. But I mean,
sure.
Like I said, many people have different reasonings. Some might be family, some might be this, some might be that. So
playing time, whatever.
As a player, you don't really look at that, or try not to look at that. You just, what I do, and I always say, is put your head down and keep working, because whatever happens, and there's nothing that you can do about it.
Yeah. Is that something where, like,
for the people, the players, if they do decide to go into the portal, I wish the best of luck for them.
Yeah.
No matter where they go, and I know that they'll do great.
Guys that enter the portal elsewhere then choose to come to Auburn, what do you see your role being, as far as like welcoming them in?
I see my role as just invite them in. Again, Auburn's about family, and if we're going to be about family, then let's be about it. My job isn't to veer them away; it's to bring them in, make them feel loved, make them feel, show them the culture, show them how to do things right. So I think that's what my main objective is for the people that are coming in, especially the new freshmen. We still got a lot of freshmen that haven't came in, and they need a role model. So I want to be that role model for them.
Yeah. The baby goat is coming in. Hank Brown.
Yeah.
The quarterback. Y'all gonna have a little baby goat just walking around the locker room.
Just walk around the locker room, yeah.
It's gonna be pretty cool. I can't wait to see what that looks like. But no, all jokes aside, Jayson, thank you so much, man. Congrats on the great spring. Good luck Saturday on A-Day, and let's talk soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Of course, yeah. Be sure to follow Jayson on socials at the Jayson Jones, and you can find all my written work at auburndaily.com. Daryl Dapprich will join me Sunday morning as we will do an A-Day recap show, all right here on Locked On Auburn.